The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA, revealed its drug matrix in the House Quadcom hearing. It contains a list of personalities allegedly connected to the billion-peso drug haul in Mexico, Pampanga last year. And Marian Enriquez has that report.
The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency released a matrix during the 12th hearing of the House Quad Committee. It showed the personalities allegedly behind the 3.6 billion pesos worth of illegal drugs confiscated in a warehouse in Mexico, Pampanga. The warehouse was owned by Empire 999 of Willie Ong and ADT Yang. They're both linked to alleged Chinese drug lord Alan Lim, also known as Lin Wei-shong. Lim is said to be connected to Senator Bongo, which everybody knows was former President Rodrigo Duterte's special assistant.
Alan Lin is a close friend of then Special Assistant to the President, Christopher Bongo. Alan Lin is a casino junket operator who is involved in the kidnapping of high-roller Chinese gamblers.
Sinabi nyo kanina, si Alan Lin ay involved sa illegal drugs. So, ang ibig bang sabihin, involved din si Senator Bongo sa drugs since kinonect niyo po siya?
They are just close friends. It is not specific that they are involved in drugs.
Close friends. So, alam po ni Bongo ang mga trabaho po ni Alan Lin.
That could be answered by Senator Bongo, ma'am, not us yet.
At this point, Congresswoman Franz Castro issued a stern warning to PDEA.
So, sorry po, Asek Gumban. Wag po kayong gagawa ng ganyang matrix na incriminating at kinoconnect nyo, tapos ang title nyo ay illegal and pogo drugs connection.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, maybe the title is wrong.
Senator Bongo meanwhile denied the allegations.
Irresponsable naman po ng PDEA sa kanilang ihahayag sa mga hearings. Hindi po kami close friends ni Alan Lim at mas lalong hindi po ako involved sa illegal drugs.
Former Senator Antonio Trillanes also attended the said hearing. He said he also has matrix of his own.
Papakita ko yung koneksyon ni Duterte sa illegal na droga, no? Papakilala ko yung buong sindikato ng Duterte Drug Syndicate.
Trillanes also thinks the former president should be held accountable for allegedly inciting the military to sedition.
Kailangan siguraduhin na walang makukuha ng mga officers itong mga Duterte, no? Kasi malaking problema 'yan. Kaya kailangan continuous monitoring. Pero ako naman, based dun sa monitoring din namin, hindi naman marami, kundi merong may simpatya kay Duterte.
In addition to that, Trillanes also plans to file an impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte.
Kailangan matanggal ito sa pwesto. Nakita nyo ba? Sabi ko may topak eh.
To accusations that he's just an attack dog of the administration, Trillanes had this to say.
Alam nyo, si Digong, kung pangahawakan mo yung sasabihin niya, talagang dadaling ka niyan sa impyerno or talagang cult follower ka to actually believe him.
For News 5, I'm Marian Enriquez. We are One News.
Meanwhile, Pastor Apollo Quiboloy was transferred to Pasig City Jail on Wednesday. He came from the Philippine Heart Center where he was treated for irregular heartbeat and a dental infection. Quiboloy will stay in a holding area for 2 weeks before he joins other inmates. He was supposed to return to the PNP custodial facility last November 16, but his medical furlough was extended until yesterday.
Prepared naman yun siya mentally. I already explained to him the possible scenarios that may happen. And then nakapagsabi naman siya kung mangyari yan, baka it is the will of the Father. And so since it is the will of the Father, he will follow it.
Manila Archbishop Jose Cardinal Advincula has called on the faithful to pray for our leaders amid the rising political tension. Advincula told the faithful to pray due to a brewing political storm that has affected our leaders' role in serving the public. He also told our leaders to prevent the escalation of political and personal conflicts. Advincula released this statement amid the conflict between President Bongbong Marcos and Vice President Sara Duterte. Advincula also reminded politicians that there are other pressing issues in the country, such as the effects of the recent typhoons. We'll be back with more stories after this break. Keep it here on One News. Welcome back. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. No low pressure area has been monitored within and outside the Philippine territory. But isolated or scattered rains are expected over several areas due to the shear line. These include Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, Aurora, and Quezon. Meanwhile, the amihan will trigger rains in some areas in Luzon, including Metro Manila. Rains are also expected in Mindanao due to the intertropical convergence zone. The DOST has come up with an invention called paper mulch, which reduces the waste produced from farming. At para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal Francis Orsio.
Hindi lang pagkain ang nalilikha sa pagsasaka, pati rin basura. At isang paraan para masolusyonan yan ang tinatawag na paper mulch ng DOST. Para saan ba yan?
Bawat taon, milyon-milyong toneladang basura ang nalilikha sa sektor ng agrikultura sa Pilipinas ayon sa datos ng World Bank. Isa na sa nakadadagdag dito ang paggamit ng plastic mulch sa mga tanim tulad ng talong, kamatis, kalabasa at pakwan. Ginagamit ang plastic mulch sa pagsasaka para protektahan ang tanim at ang lupang pinagtamnan ng halaman. Nilalagay ito para mapanatili ang kalidad ng lupa at mas lumago pa ang tanim at maging masagana ang ani. Yun nga lang, problema naman ang direktang epekto nito sa kalikasan. Bagay na sinusolusyonan at tinutugunan ngayon ng DOST Forest Products Research and Development Institute.
Majority of the pollution comes from agricultural production. Not only the fertilizers, the pesticides that goes into the ocean. So yung mga plastics that are somehow degraded. So ito yung mga gusto natin i-address in the future. We came up with this technology that is what we call as biodegradable, compostable agricultural inputs na paper-based.
Imbes na plastic mulch, gawa sa basurang papel at local fiber ang naimbentong paper mulch ng DOST. Nito lang January 2023 nang simulan ang pag-aaral at paglikha sa teknolohiya para sa goal na mabawasan ang basurang nalilikha sa pagsasaka. Kaya kumpara sa nakagawiang paggamit ng plastik, mas ligtas para sa kalikasan ang paper mulch dahil kusa itong nabubulok. Nakikitang mas epektibo rin daw ito sa pagprotekta at pagpapalago ng tanim.
Maganda rin yung performance in terms of maintaining the soil temperature, reducing the number of weeds. Kasi basically the role of paper mulch is to prevent weed growth o yung mga peste.
Sa ngayon, nakikipagtulungan ang isang local farming school sa Batangas para sa paunang implementasyon ng biodegradable paper mulch sa mga tanim na talong. At dahil ito raw ang kauna-unahang pagkakataon na nakaimbento ang Pilipinas ng mas epektibong pag-aalaga sa tanim, umaasa ang ahensya na mas marami pa ang mag-a-adapt sa kanilang teknolohiya.
Ika nga, kung ano ang iyong itinanim ay iyo ring aanihin. Kaya kung merong paraan para mapangalagaan ang kalikasan, atin itong yakapin dahil tayo rin ang makikinabang. Ako po si mobile journalist Francis Orso. Hatid ang mukha ng balita.
The International Criminal Court, or ICC, chief prosecutor has asked judges to issue an arrest warrant against the head of Myanmar's military regime. Senior General Min Aung Hlaing was accused of committing crimes against humanity for the deportation and persecution of the Rohingya Muslim minority. ICC prosecutor Karim Khan said he will against other Myanmar leaders soon. Nearly 1 million Rohingyans were forced to evacuate to Bangladesh to escape from what they call an ethnic cleansing campaign against them. Their situation worsened after the Myanmar military took over the government from elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi in 2021. Meanwhile, China says the U.S. under President-elect Donald Trump cannot change Taiwan's status as a part of China. This comes after Trump announced his choice of Marco Rubio for Secretary of State and Mike Waltz for National Security Advisor. Analysts consider Rubio and Waltz to be ultra-hawkish towards Beijing. Beijing claims Taiwan as its own territory, but the Taiwanese government has long been rejecting this. And those are the top stories of the hour. I'm Pauline Berzosa. We are One News.